Hello, Purple Math folks. So today we're talking again about probability, and today we're specifically focusing in on probability as a fraction. Okay, we kind of touched on it yesterday, but we're really that'll be our focus for today. So let's remind ourselves what those two words mean. Probability, right? Probability sounds like probably, and just means how likely something is to happen. Right, so my example yesterday was if your mom or grandma says, I'm taking you, or you ask them, can I go to Disneyland? And they say, probably. Does that mean you're definitely going? No. Does it mean you're not going? No. It just means that there's a good chance that you're going to go. But you really, really want to know, like, how likely am I to go? Right? Am I definitely going? Is there like a 50% chance, a 99% chance? Right? And that's what probability is all about, is trying to figure out how likely something is to happen. Okay? And then a fraction is just a part over a whole, a numerator over a denominator, 1 over 2, 1/2, 2/3, 3/4. We've worked a lot with fractions. We should be pretty comfortable with those. So your page today gives you some funny words. It says that the probability of an event happening is the number of favorable outcomes over the number of possible outcomes. And when I look at that, I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? And it's really actually super easy. Okay, so let's look at the example that they give us. They give us this wheel. And they say, what is the probability of it being blue? So our top number is the number of favorable outcomes. That just means the thing happening that we want to happen. What do we want to happen? We want it to spin onto blue. So how many different ways can I spin onto blue? 1, 2. So 2 is our numerator, or our top number. And then the bottom number is the number of possible outcomes. That just means anything that could possibly happen. So how many different things could we land on? We could land on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our denominator, or our bottom number, would be 7. Okay. Let's think of some other examples. If I were to roll a dice, what would be the probability of me rolling a 1? If we roll a dice, how many different ways on a dice are there to roll a 1? There are a bunch of different sides. How many of them say 1? Yeah, just one side. So our top number is 1. Right? There's only one way to roll a 1. And then how many different things can I roll on a dice? Right? What are my total number of possible outcomes? I could roll a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. There are 6 different things that I could roll. So the probability of rolling a 1 is 1/6, or 1 over 6. What about with a coin? If I flipped a coin, what's the probability of it landing on heads? It would be the same idea, right? How many different ways can I flip a coin and have it land on heads? Well, I got the top side that says heads, bottom side that says tails. There's just one, right? There's just only one way to get heads. And when we flip a coin, how many different things can you get? Just 2, right? Heads and tails. And don't say sides, because that's impossible. Never seen it happen. Don't think it can happen. So it would be 1 over 2, or 1/2 is the probability of it landing on heads. Let's think of one more that might be a little bit more tricky. And that is, if I have a deck of cards, what is the probability of picking a 6? Well, we need to know a couple different things. We need to know how many cards are there in a deck, and how many 6s are there in a deck, right? So I know that there's the 6 of clubs, the 6 of spades, the 6 of diamonds, and the 6 of hearts. So there are 4 6s. And how many different cards, what number of cards are there in a deck? Yes, 52. Great guess. You guys are so good at guessing. 52. So we would say that the probability of picking a 6 is 4 over 52. And yesterday we learned that we would say that that's unlikely, right? You're probably not going to pick a 6 if you picked a random card. But could you? Yeah, you could. So it's not impossible, but it's pretty unlikely, right? There are a lot more cards that you could pick than a 6. So the last thing that we're going to talk about is you need to simplify your fraction, okay? If you have a calculator at home on your phone or you have an actual calculator, then you can totally use that for this. So the first 3 examples we had can't be simplified, but this one can. We can pull out a 2 from each side, from the top and the bottom. So I'm going to divide the top and bottom by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 52 divided by 2 is 26. Oopsies, and I made a mistake. So now we have 2 over 26, and they are both even numbers. So I can pull out another 2. Sorry for wasting your time. It's going to equal 1 over 13. Okay. I should have thought of my factors, and 4 is a factor of 52. Goes in 13 times. But I just saw 2, so I pulled out a 2, and then I saw that I could pull out another 2. That's okay too. It just takes a little longer, right? So let's do 1 together. All right. Number 1 says the spinner is spun once. Find the probability of each event. Write as a fraction in simplest form. So P7 like this. P stands for probability. So what's the probability of rolling a 7? Well, how many different ways can we roll a 7? Just 1. And then, what are our total number of possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 total outcomes. So we would say the probability of rolling a 7 is 1/8. All right. That is all it is. I will give you a call today to help you work through it if we have a time set up. If not, you can give me a call or a text or an email if you're having a hard time with this, and I can help you through it. And then the last thing is, on most days, I usually get like between 4 and 6 people that do their math. So if I get 6 people to do their math today, then I will let Miss M pick out a funny outfit for me to wear for one of the next math videos that we make. So maybe she'll pick a dress or a skirt, or I have pants with chickens all over them. I don't know what she'll pick, but I'm sure it will be something embarrassing. So if 6 people turn in their math, that's what we'll do. And if it's a great day and we get 7 people, then I will also let her do my makeup. Okay? So lipstick and eyeshadow and other makeup things that I don't know what they're called. So hopefully you can get your math done and either turn it into the driver next week or send me a picture of it. All right. You all are awesome. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.